Thank you, my believers, for coming on. Wow, I've got four of you, which is amazing. I know a few people have said they're cooking, and I keep saying, just put your headphones in. It doesn't matter. It's just that you're here listening. And it was a good opportunity to just try and connect some of the Belief family. So I know, Amo, you're going to shoot off soon, and I won't keep you for long. It was just more of a, I just thought it would be really nice because this one, more people are involved, even though some haven't filled their form in yet. More people are involved. So I think it will be really nice to connect now. And then maybe I think maybe connect halfway through. I will set up a chat like we did before because I think that's amazing within itself. So it keeps you all connected. And obviously, if you're getting some sort of result and some sort of breakthrough, then put it in the group. The group is very quiet. And I'm one of those people that are sit back. I'm not going to do all the hard work in the group. The group is all about us connecting as a family. So if you can and you want to share some insights that you've had coming up, that would be amazing. So what is the challenge all about? I just wanted to come on and ask you first what some of your challenges are that you're going towards and why have you chosen them? And have you all done a why around you've chosen them? Because for me, your why, as I always go on about, is a major factor of anything, anything you do in your life. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be just going out for a walk. Why are you going out for the walk? What do you want to get out of the walk? What do you want to connect with? If I didn't have my why in place when I first started off my personal growth journey, and it was around fitness at the time, I would never be here where I am today. My life has exploded this week, as Amo knows. I have cried quite a lot of the week, which I do anyway. Martin knows and Helen knows from my group I cry a lot. But I had extraordinary breakthroughs. And just this, and for you, it can be just something as simple as this that's going to just get you running. It's going to just show you how much accountability can help you with anything you want. And being in this big group together, it's more extra support because we are all a little bit competitive. Who's competitive? Come on, we are. Yes, look at Arrow. We are competitive. So if we're all ticking our boxes, we are going to probably not be sitting on the sofa and wanting to get up and tick our box as well. If we don't, we start learning about ourselves. What is it that's not allowing you to do what you want to do? What's not letting you tick that box? And that's why people come to me to get results from their body. That's not where they're going to get the results. That comes last. What comes first is your mind. Because if you have anything in your life that goes wrong, you get a bend in the river, the first thing to go is all the coaching and the body stuff is the first to go. That should be one of the first we keep because that's going to keep us ticking over. We start eating unhealthy, we start drinking unhealthy, our mind starts being unhealthy, and then it's just like a tumbleweed, and then you're back to square one. I'm just letting Anna in. Hi Anna, thanks for joining. So this is why your why is important. And you may go, why do I need to do a why for this small challenge? As the people that have been on the challenges before, which was the press up challenge or the step challenge, they learnt far more than just going out for steps and getting a number of steps in. They learnt far more than just doing a press up. They learned what it was about them that had to give them that drive to move forward in anything they want. Okay, so that's a little bit of background of my why and how it's catapulted me into other areas of my life and what I'm doing now. And it truly is amazing. And I want the same for all of you. We've all got it. We've all got our gifts, and to have a healthy body along with that along with a healthy mindset, then you will be on the right path every time. Because I know when I'm not doing my body stuff, the mind goes, everything goes, and it all goes tits up. So what I would like to do is, I see what you've put on your sheets, and I would just like to hear from you what you've chosen. Now, I did make steps a must. I see that Ralph has still not changed. He's on a cycling mission. The reason I've chose steps is because when we actually do steps, we can meditate. We can do so much more. We can take in the world around us. And I feel that walking takes away the noise out of our mind. It brings us more into the present. It allows us to listen to other stuff. It gives us so much to do. Whereas Ralph has chosen cycling, he can add that to the list. But steps is just going to give us a little bit more of a bite of what I'd love for you to get out of this. So I set steps at you do what you think, but you push yourself to a little bit more than what you know you can do. So I know what a couple of you can do on here daily. So just give yourself an extra 1 or 2 just to push you that little bit more, to give you that effort to go, I need to just get up and get out. So who would like to share what they're doing, if they already have a why around themselves, and if they've chose this before and they've not been successful? I don't like to use the word failed, because we're all learning, and every failure is a learning growth. So why they don't think they were successful. Amo, because you are leaving, sorry Martin, I'm just going to say, because Amo is leaving early, would you like to share, Amo? I know you're very tired. She got stuck in lots of stuff on the way home. Amo was my room, my buddy for a week. It was beautiful to share a room with her.
Yeah, it was really super. Yeah, I must admit, I have spent more of today asleep than I thought was going to happen, because I woke up actually a lot more awake than I thought I was going to be. But I crashed about 2 p.m. It was like, well, that's it, I'm done. And I've got a very cuddly cat, you see, everyone, who's incredibly happy to be home after 2 weeks in the cattery, which she thinks is prison. And yeah, so she's lying down in between my legs at the moment, in absolute bliss. And when I sort of started to crash after lunch, I was like, oh, I've got this list of things I really wanted to get done. Okay, right, maybe my body needs to rest, because tomorrow is full on, literally I've got a 9 o'clock meeting with the boss and HR, so it's going to be stuck in. So I'm still kind of trying to build a bigger why. I'm not trying to, but I'm working on, right, what is my real why? But I absolutely, when I'm fit and I'm enjoying physical activity, there's like a natural joy in it. So and it's so important to be connected to feelings of joy and gratitude and love, because if we're not practicing the feeling, our bodies forget it. We have to practice it. So having something that gives that creates a natural sensation, and at the same time, builds for longevity, so we can stick around here longer and just play the game for longer, and just enables me to do some of the things that I love, because I love being in nature. I reached a point where I wasn't fit enough to really even do my garden, and I get tired too quickly. So that's probably a big why for me, is to rebuild this resilience, physical resilience, so that I can work on the projects which are nature-based projects, because you need that energy and fitness to be able to till the earth and build raised beds and whatever, you know, whatever else. And then there's the riding, being with horses is a huge spiritual support for me. It really fills my heart. So, but you have to be fit to be around horses, I believe. Certainly in the kind of activities I like to do with horses. So I think that's, you know, there are some real aspects of that inside my why for fitness. And I have, there are habits that I want to gain because they'll support that, and they'll support a healthy mind. And there are habits that I'm looking at. So I still haven't filled in the sheet. And there are habits that, even though during the week away, when I was surrounded by like-minded souls, we were in a high energy, and I had actually let, you know, I had no control over when I ate and what I ate, because we were, you know, we were being gifted that food by an amazing team in the tiniest kitchen I have ever seen. Two seated meals, two 3-course seated meals a day. So I could just relax and allow whatever, you know, whatever showed up. So I got a lot out of that, but of course that's not set yet. That's only 6 or so days. And although I was able to carry it on inside the space that wasn't my home, already today, it's not really working out for me. So I know that there's a habit to lose around how I use food. So that's me.
Okay, so out of that, you haven't still worked out
steps 13,000.
Steps 13,000, but you haven't worked out what you're giving away and bringing into your life.
No, I need to just put some words to it. I kind of know the sensation and some of the actions that I need to lose, but I kind of need to put it into a description of what is the actual habit, so that I can really so I can measure its loss and measure its gain, if you see what I mean, because I'm a little bit too generic around it at the moment. You know, yeah. I know how it feels, I know some of the things I do, but I need to make it more specific so I can put it into the form.
Yeah, I would say dial it down enough so that it's one that's going to have that rolling effect onto the next one, because you don't know, I may decide halfway through, whoever wants to join me on adding something else in, if they're having a great time with it, we might add in something else. So I would make sure, if it's quite wide, what out of those really nail it down, and what's the one that may actually help you to trigger off the others. We spoke a little bit about this when we were away, so just dial down and make sure it's the one, because if you choose one halfway through, this one may still affect that one. So it's about really dialing down and choosing the right one that works for you.
Yeah,
I will just say, when we come on a challenge like this, it's we get it done. We don't in my eyes, unless there's something really wrong, tiredness, I've got something come up. I'd really love for you to really nail this. It's 30 days. I know that no matter what, if you are really accountable to stuff, you can get stuff done. I've been through it myself. And it's, if you really want it and your why's big enough, you will work it in. If it's raining or anything like that, you can look at the weather the day before. There is all different reasons people come up with why they can't do something. We'd really like you to make sure you're choosing something that you know is going to excite you enough that you will get your boxes ticked every day. So thank you, Amo. Feel free to leave when you're ready, because I know you're getting ready for Peter. So you've had a look at the tracker. Make sure you fill that in by Monday, and then every night at the end of the day, tick the box. That would be beautiful. Love you loads, beautiful. Take care. Okay, who wants to go next? Martin.
Hello, everyone.
How are you, Martin? I haven't spoken to you for a while. I usually speak to Martin nearly every day, and it's like, oh.
Yeah. I know you're busy. I've gotten myself busy too, but yes. My why is probably more 90% about someone else and about 10% me. And that's pretty much my life. I truly believe that when I get on stage, and when I'm living my life, I want to get in shape. I want to project what's on the inside coming from the outside. My oldest son, struggles with his weight. My wife does too. My son Mario needs to stay healthy. As Down syndrome, traditionally, that's a condition. They do pack on weight. So I want to be that example for them in the invitation. I do also know that people judge you. So I can't be a 300-pound man out here talking about getting your life together when I can't even get my weight together. So that's important. But at the same time, it feels good when I visit my mom and dad the last couple of days and they're telling me, you look like you lost weight. You're losing weight. You're losing weight. So it's feeling good, that track I'm on. But more than that, I want to be the example, but in the healthy lifestyle, right? Um, so that's my why. So I've done the 12,000 steps, and I've got a health rider downstairs where I'm trying to do the muscle toning too. So I'm adding that in, as opposed to just the steps. I did put in for some orthotics because my feet did, when I did those 21,000 steps, I put a blister on the right side of the pinky toe and on the left. So that's not something you want to do as a diabetic, start causing, foot cuts or whatever you want to call them. So we took care of that. And then what I'm going to add or take away is social media time and even binge watching show time. Since I retired, I'm pretty easily tempted by the wife to watch some of these shows. I'm putting down 2 hours a day of marketing time for my speaking and authoring business. So if you do that for 30 days, that's 60 hours in 1 month that I'm going to take away from social media and binge watching and put it on my business. And we'll see what that does. At least 60. I'm hoping that when I get in front of this computer and I start creating, that the juices just flow like they do with Martinisms and all that, that I stay in front of that computer and let them juices just fly where they go. And I can be in front of the computer for 4 hours, 5 hours. I don't care. But just getting that word out there, and getting these speeches booked. So that's what I'm looking to get out of this, is just the kind of getting that rocket, that 80% that takes to get the rocket off the pad and get it into the stratosphere. Once it's up there, that just takes 20% of the energy to let it orbit. So
Amazing.
that's what I'm looking for.
Amazing. And that is a really strong why, Martin. I knew you'd have a strong why. I knew you. Have you ever
Sure.
wrote why onto paper?
I have it written on my notepad on the computer,
Yeah.
on my phone. I've got notepad. My why is to motivate my son, my wife, my son.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. And also, just, I don't know if you know, you possibly do know, you can limit yourself, because from experience, my worry is if you spend a lot of time in front of the computer, then you'll still try and make up the time on social media, because that's just trying to get away from social media, which then means you're probably going to bed later, etc., etc. Just make sure it doesn't have a rolling effect.
Mm-hmm.
And you can limit your phone for social
Right.
media and things. So if you can do a limit on that as well, just in
Right.
case you go into the habit of getting all excited
Right.
about what you have missed, because I know it's tendency to do that. I'm terrible at it. I've decided I'm not doing it. It's the first thing I do in the morning is when my alarm goes off, pick my phone up and look at it and
Yeah.
scroll
Yeah.
through. And I'm not
Guilty.
willing to do. I'm not willing to
Guilty.
do that anymore. We don't need to do. We don't need to do it. As Peter
Right.
said on the trip, everything is in state until we actually look at it. It's not there. So as soon as we make it there, it comes into our lives. So it's
Right.
about just keeping it at bay. That whatever we are getting sent, if we actually have a morning routine, by the time we do pick up our phone, who knows what that's going to be delivered on our phones? All positive stuff, hopefully, rather than what it might have been if we'd have just done it when we woke up. So just, a couple of tips there for you, Martin, just to take on
Thank you.
if you didn't
I'll
know.
take them.
You didn't know already.
I'll take them.
Helen Colleen. Hi, Helen.
Hi. Yeah, so it's interesting you say about why. I was thinking, oh God, I probably didn't give that enough thought, but I was trying to, so I can definitely go away and do that more. But I was thinking, you know, just as Amo and Martin were talking. And I think, so mine, so steps, like I'm all on board, like I love getting out to the park, or, you know, like hoping to maybe find some new green spaces as well. I've thought about some strategies at work. Like there's some people I don't know. We've merged with another team and I work near the South Bank. So I'm going to see if people want to do some walking meetings and things like that. So I guess the why for that is more, yeah, just discovering some new places and sort of meeting people in different ways. And then I had my sort of adding in is about like protein with every meal. And I guess some of that's like a health reason, and I want to like lose weight and like manage my hormonal health. And but some of it's also about like reconnecting to like a passion area of mine. So I do really love like food, and like whenever I speak to my friends, you know, they're all like, oh, can never be bothered to find recipes and stuff. But I actually really love doing that. So I want to kind of tie those two together. And like, and one thing I wanted to do at the end is kind of share back what I find with everyone in the group. Obviously not, you know, in case anyone sees anything that's interesting to them. And then, yeah, I'm taking away Deliveroo. So I mean, it's not like I have it all the time, but I do have it like more than I want. And I think it's less about the food, it's more about the money, because it just blows my mind how much I'll spend on one dish. And then like the laziness, like I live I'm like 5 minutes from about 3 shops. So I, you know, if I don't have anything, then I should be able to get off the sofa and add to my step count and go and, you know, not default to that. So that's why I chose what I did.
Okay, perfect. I would say with your why has to be deep enough that you don't go press the F it button, as I would like to say. So that's when I would like you to look into your why a bit more in the group. There is I did a sheet, a PDF of how you write your why, because I think that if your why isn't big enough through this challenge, you could easily just go, do you know what? F it, I am going to just hit the delivery call button, ring button, or whatever you want to call it, because it's not connecting enough with you, the reason you're stopping it. Just zone into that a little bit more. It should be something that's quite hard. I always think your why should something that makes you tear up a little bit, because it means so much to you, because it's one of those things that you just go, I want to get this done. I want to, like your passion may be that you want to start. We could have a little master chef in our group that gives us all these lovely new protein recipes and builds on this, and protein meals, and Deliveroo, order from Helen your Deliveroo protein meal. So just touch into that a little bit deeper. I'd really like you to share it in the group when you sort of dig down deeper into it.
Okay, yeah, I can do that.
See what makes you. Is it just laziness? Is it something else that deep down is why you do it? You'll be amazed at what comes out when you start contemplating and asking deeper questions to yourself rather than just the baseline questions.
Okay, all right, yeah, I can do that.
Perfect. Colleen, so you are out of Helen and Martin have been through a challenge with me before, so you'll be going through a challenge with me for the first time. How you feeling?
Huh?
How are you feeling about it?
I'm feeling great. I'm feeling like this is such perfect timing, and of course it is. And yeah, I've got some health stuff that needs addressing. Working through some frustration because I was going to the gym at the beginning of the year, 3-4 times a week. And then found out I can't. So I want to shift though my energy into consistent habits that I can get into, you know, like restructuring my daily practice, but starting my day with a quick meditation and then shoes on, boom, I go on my walking meditation, because that's what I want my life to look like. And the reason why I want my life to look like that is because I know I'll set myself up for success for the rest of the day. And I really want to be that example and invitation to people who I want to attract into my business. And, you know, we're all going to have something to work on. And I'm grateful that it's the meat suit that I get to work on, because I feel like everything else is going pretty well. So, but like you said at the beginning of this conversation, it's the first thing that, you know, we start to ignore. And so I've been doing a lot of journaling and deep diving into really what's going on. And yeah, looking forward to, and then I really want to be in shape for Dr. Joe's Walk the World in on the 23rd. So that's like one thing, you know, because I just am excited to create community from this too. And yeah, processed sugar, I don't really need it in my life. I've got dates, I've got bananas, I've got alternatives. I'm addicted to convenience, and I want that to shift. So
no snack accidents.
no snack accidents. That's right.
I love that. Did you see I put it up above your name?
Yes, thank you. I
amazing.
want to like print it out and put it in the everywhere.
So when
Mostly
you say
on the fridge.
when you say you couldn't go to the gym, is that a health reason you can't go to the gym, or okay? Are you able to do anything gym wise, or I should say
At
gym?
at this point, I've been told to take it easy, which is why, okay, I'm gonna walk. I also teach water aerobics.
Okay.
So I'm modifying how I do that so I can keep doing that. And I'm adding circle mobility to my world.
Okay, perfect. So
Yeah.
when I took somebody through I was an accountability coach for somebody through COVID. They lost 10 kilos without ever going to the gym, and all she did was steps, and she skipped a little bit, but that was it. And she managed to lose 10 kilos, which is a lot of weight. So this is where I say mindset is such a big thing with weight loss. It can be done. And your eating patterns and everything like that, that's what you need to look into more. And knowing that with yourself, just because the exercise is lower, knowing that you should be eating slower, because your body doesn't know that it takes 20 minutes to feel full. So if you're actually eating your meal within 10 minutes, you could be eating double what you need to eat because your body hasn't processed it. So if you actually, a tip to do that is slow down, and also eat to only 80% full. So when you feel like, oh, because that will probably be 100% by the time your body really actually realizes.
Cool.
Water. What's your water intake like?
Pretty good.
Yeah. Excellent.
Pretty good. Yeah.
Excellent.
But I think I'll actually start tracking. I use like a couple pictures that are probably almost a gallon, but I'll use some of that for tea or, you know,
2.5 liters is
cooking.
good if you're not training. 2.5 liters, 3, 2.5.
Okay.
It should be
Of
okay.
clear water or just total water?
I always say clear water, pure water, but for teas and things, it's fine. But if you can do it without that, that's amazing.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Give or take.
Thanks.
So just I'll just quickly share my screen just to show you the sheet, just so that we know everyone's managed to go into it, correct? Helen, yep, you're there. Okay, so if you see something like this, it's because I've put a message for you. I'll highlight it, and when you've actually read it, you can either reply and then put a green there. So then I know that you've sent me a message, or you've looked at what I've said to you, just in case something comes up. But I've put a red. Usually I do a purple. I've put a red there, but Ralph obviously hasn't come back on since. So literally it is just ticking boxes and just adding in the amount of steps, just so you can keep a tally, so it's nice and easy for you to know what you've done by the end of it. I've put this little box down here because I have it in my head that we will continue if anyone wants to, but we might change it up as we go along. So just tick the boxes at the end of every day. It's going to take you 2 seconds, or very first thing in the morning, because I will come. I might not check every day, but I'm a bit of a bugger, and we'll come on and have a check to see how you're doing. But if there is any reason that you do feel that you're relapsing a little bit, that's what the group's for. It could be, I go, oh my God, I really want a bar of chocolate. I'm going to go and take a walk for a bar of chocolate. Now, if somebody sees me put that in the group, they're going to be trying to stop me from doing it. Rather than me not putting it in the group, going and getting it, and then going, do you know what, guys, I didn't do it. I've had my chocolate. Accountability, key. You don't have to feel guilty. Everyone is on their own journey. You don't have to feel guilty if you don't make it. If you're pressing that you didn't do it, then we start figuring out why. What is it that's triggering you? And that's where the whole mindset thing comes in. That's where we can know whether there's any limiting beliefs that are heading into patterns EMF hasn't solved for us yet. Because that still may be the case. EMF isn't a miracle program. It's a bloody good program. But there's still stuff that is always going to be stuff we need to work on. So I think that's it. I shall let you be, and I shall look forward to you all starting on the 1st. I've started mine already, not my steps, but I've started the first few already. I can do a year with no chocolate, but chocolate and sweets is the one that makes me put weight back on again. So that's why I've decided to get rid of that, so I can lose my 2 kilos I need to before EMF festival. Are you both going on that?
Yeah.
I'm still planning. I still don't know the how yet. I invested in a program with the funds that I had set aside for Tenerife, because I think this is an opportunity that is actually more important. And I've had my heart set on Tenerife, so I'm letting go of all the outcomes, but this is like an opportunity where I trust that I'm just going to be going and visiting all of you.
Amazing.
So I don't have to, share anybody in Tenerife. I can just go visit everybody around the world after. It's going to be great.
Excellent. Okay, so keep believing, have fun with it, enjoy it, and just keep ticking those boxes. And Helen, I look forward to hearing more.
Yes, I will get on the case.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you too.
Soon. Take care.
Yeah, Helen.
Bye. Thank
Bye,
you, Nicole.
Michelle.
Thank you. Bye.